don't want to scare anyone, but I'm going to give it to you straight about Jason.
We have such sights to show you.
Oh, God! No!
15 years ago, I was told there was nothing left. No reason, no conscience, no understanding, and even the most rudimentary.
The book disappeared.
Welcome to Fright Night.
Okay, so it's not that perfect of an edit, but you know I did all right. Welcome back, ghouls and ghosts of all ages. It's time to go to the creep show. And before we do that, we got Comic Vet showed up early, and he became a channel member. So, Chris, if you're there, this one's for you. Little Galvatron for you.
We could forget Creepshow. We could just talk about that now. Let's talk about this.
Yeah, that is pretty dope, right? I rewatched that again the other day, and it is Hot Rod's fault.
It is.
I don't have to say anything else, right?
What you gonna do?
I mean, he did make up for it, but now for being devil's advocate, though, he should have shot Megatron when he had him on the ground, down and out. He should have went like. But I know he's an Autobot. They
shouldn't have did all the grandstanding and all that.
Yeah, but I do.
Out of the way, Hot Rod.
He transforms though when he comes out of the truck mode, you know, and he transforms up and he fires at it. I love that part. That's my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah, and he had like some little jets that launched him up in the air.
Yeah. Optimus went out with his boots on, guys. Okay, so that's all we got to say. I mean, he went out with his boots on. All right, now of course we are talking about Creepshow. It was directed by George A. Romero, and we got some screenshots here. This is a fun movie, guys. What do you think? I think it's a fun movie.
Oh yeah,
and I love the movie poster was great. They did a comic series here on Image. Has got a comic series out right now. And of course George A. Romero was a fan of EC Comics back when he was growing up as a kid. So this is like a love letter to those comics, like Tales from the Crypt, Vault of Horror, and all that stuff. Just like I said it with my country voice there. And we got the wonderful, vivacious, and sexy Adrienne Barbeau, who's a real B word in this movie, by the way.
Oh man, she is.
She is. Oh my God, the part where Hal Holbrook is fantasizing about her, she's complaining, he just shoots her. He goes, "Okay, honey, I'll get right on," and he just shoots her. And we got this is of course there's there you go, a young Ted Danson's in this film, and we got of course the incomparable Leslie Nielsen, who plays a complete and total psycho in this movie, and of course also in his acting debut we got Stephen King, and I thought he did pretty good. To be honest.
Yeah, and a young Ed Harris.
Yeah, we got a young Ed Harris who cannot dance at all, but I think we should get him and Crispin Glover in a dance-off from Friday 13th Part 4 with Elaine Bennis from the Seinfeld, and that would be an interesting trio to dance, right? I'm just going to look at a couple things here about this movie. It had a budget of $8 million. The box office was $21 million. It was released on November 12th, 1982, distributed by Warner Brothers. And it was, of course, directed by George A. Romero, and it stars Hal Holbrook, Adrienne Barbeau, Fritz Weaver, Leslie Nielsen, E.G. Marshall, and, of course, Ted Danson. It was probably one of his early roles. And I'm trying to think if there's anybody else I can remember in it. And so you have this, different stories, two of the stories based on stories by Stephen King.
Did you say
Stephen King stars in?
Did you say Tom Atkins?
Oh, we didn't. Tom Atkins is in it. Yep. And The Crate was also a Stephen King story. the screenplay was by Stephen King. And then we got into. I just want to get into a couple things about it. We won't. I don't want to like harp on it, but we can get in like the production. Father's Day, something that tied you over, and they're creeping up on you. Are original stories by King that were written specifically for the movie. The Lonesome Death of George Romero is based on a short story by Stephen King, and so is The Crate. In keeping with Romero's tradition of filming in and around the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area, most of the film was shot in an empty all-girls school located outside of Greensburg, Pennsylvania. The school had been converted into a film studio, and the episodes The Lonesome Death of Jody Burrell and They're Creeping Up on You, as well as the prologue and epilogue, were filmed in their entirety at the former school. In a 2015 interview for the AV Club, Ted Danson explained the brief shot of his character drowning underwater. So they make a little aquarium tank. I got in a wetsuit and climbed in, and somebody would reach down with an oxygen tank ventilator thing, and I'd breathe, and then they'd take that out. And there was a yoke made of it, and I don't know, wood and fake sand, so it looked like my head was buried in the sand underwater. They provided for that one segment for their creeping up on you. The American Museum of Natural History and David Brody provided 20,000 cockroaches for the segment. And also, I remember watching the documentary about this movie, and George Romero said that, like, the thing is, as they say about when you turn the lights on, cockroaches scatter. He says it's true. He says we turn the lights on, as soon as they release them, they'd go for whatever they could hide in. So you only had like a few seconds to film it. So we'd have to keep dumping them out because they just kept going for everywhere. He says, and he said, there's probably still cockroaches where we filmed that out hiding. I don't know if I can find any other thing about this movie here. The soundtrack, doesn't really say about that. Reception, it's got a 66% approval rating based on 76 reviews. The average rating is 6.3. Although I think I like it. Roger Ebert gave the film 3 out of 4 stars and wrote that Romero and King have approached this movie with humor and affection, as well with appreciation of the macabre. In his review for New York Times, Mr. Canopy wrote, "The best things about Creepshow are its carefully simulated comic book tackiness and the gusto with which some good characters assume silly positions." Bravo awarded the 99th spot on their 100 scariest movie moments of all time when they're talking about the scene with the cockroaches bursting out of Epsom Pratt's body at the end of Something's Creeping Up on You.
It's a puzzle show.
And I'll start with Jeff this time, and the next time I'll start with Tony. And what is your overall feel? What do you did you think they accomplished what they're accomplishing here? Was it what do you think about just like the basic parts of the movie, like acting and all that?
So I watched it as a kid. This is back in 1982. Super young Ted Danson in this. Matt and I watched it about 3 weeks ago, rewatched it, and I remembered like 90% of it. I think it's entertaining. I think it was fun. I mean, when I was a kid, it was a little more scary, especially the monster in the crate under the cellar. That one was kind of scary. The Stephen King part where he kind of starts having things just start growing everywhere, and eventually it overtakes him, and he unalives himself. That one was kind of scary. I liked the Wooden Indian story. That was more of a revenge story. But like you guys were talking about earlier, Tom Savini plays Garbage Man number 2 in this movie. And he's obviously well known for doing makeup and effects for Friday the 13th and a bunch of other, big time classic horror films. But this movie was cool. Especially, it was really cool to me when I was a kid because it wasn't just one long movie about, one scary monster or scary slasher person. It was, it was like, I think, was it four or five different little vignettes or what?
There's
Yeah, four.
four. Yeah.
Little vignettes.
Not count, there's five counting the overall one, like the beginning and the end.
Yeah.
I guess five. Yeah.
Yeah, the very beginning, you had this overbearing kind of a-hole stepdad that was smacking this young kid around, and telling him he can't read comic books no more. And the kid got his revenge with a voodoo doll. But as a kid, it was fun. It entertained me. I loved it. I still loved it. I still love it just as much watching it 3 weeks ago with Matt. Yeah, and I've been a Creepshow fan ever since that. Then they later on they had Creepshow 2, and then they had the like, I think it was the HBO series Creepshow that but have a different episode
Had like
every
6 people, I think.
yeah. So
That
yeah,
was Tales from the Crypt,
overall,
wasn't it?
yeah.
Had,
Oh yeah, I am confusing that with Tales from the Crypt. But yeah,
but there is a
I love
Creepshow. There is a Creepshow show on the Shutter Network. I think it's like
okay.
part of AMC. Plus,
gotcha. Okay.
they had like a series.
But overall,
And,
yeah,
we had a couple
I
people
thought it was great.
talking about the "Where's my cake?"
Yeah, where's my cake? And the
the
guy
one thing
that
about
catches
that part, Ed Harris. Yeah, Ed Harris
No, go
doesn't
ahead.
last too long in this movie. I know.
No,
I was just saying Ed Harris don't really make it too long in this
it
movie.
was weird
Faye,
seeing
what
him
do you
so
think?
young and Ted Danson.
All right, Faye, what do you think overall about this movie?
I love this movie. Definitely a staple of my childhood. Something that got me into anthology horror early in my life. I used to think the movie was badass. Like, it never really scared me that much, except like what Jeff said, the crate thing. The crate thing did kind of scare me when I was a kid. But for the most part, I thought the movie was just an awesome, badass movie, especially with all the little comic swipes and frames and all the stuff that they implemented. What's funny is the roach one. They cut that out of the television version of this movie because people were so grossed out about the roaches. So I didn't get to see that until I rented it on VHS. I was like, what is this one? And then I quickly realized why they cut it out, because I'm like appalled by roaches, right? Like I hate them with a passion. So when I saw that one, that shit freaked me out, the roach one. And I understood why they cut it out. But yeah, no, this movie to me is probably still the king of anthology horror movies, in my opinion. I haven't seen one as good, as iconic as this one. There's some stories that I probably love more than others, but I love them all. Stephen King, meteor shit. I love. I love
that shit too, man.
What else? And then as an adult watching it, I can appreciate the technicality of it. The use of color. I don't know if you guys really notice the reds and the blues and the greens and the oranges and the yellows he lights. Romero lights certain scenes with, especially when they're like in horror of things. And then he uses like this, yeah. And then he uses this like cartoon background sort of thing when they're all like, oh, you see like this. I don't know. I can't describe it, but yeah, that kind of thing right there. So awesome. So unique. So yeah, no, this movie's great. Shout out to Leslie Nielsen, who I think had the best performance in this whole film. I love him in this thing. But yeah, all the cool people, Adrian Bardot, Tom Atkins,
Sorry,
I love
my delay. I got a bad delay, so it's. Yeah, I think it's great. I agree on everything you said. And Tony, okay, what do you think, man, overall?
Well, tell you the truth, it's been about 40 years since I watched this movie when I was a kid. And I need to watch it again because when I was a kid, I loved it. I didn't know a lot of the actors and actresses back then, but looking at the list and everything, like Tom Atkins. I mean, come on, man. I remember him playing the abusive stepfather. This was the cool guy from Night of the Creeps and Halloween 3, and now he's playing a dickhead. So yeah, I love him getting his in, and like y'all said, the young Ed Harris, the young Ted Danson, seeing Stephen King in the cameo, and the fact that this was probably the very first George Romero movie I ever watched. Before, I didn't actually get to watch any of the Night of the Living Dead or any of that till I got older. So, but because nobody really had the original Night of the Living Dead in the '80s where I could get a hold of it. But yeah, I mean, special effects held out, and I remember a lot of shit grossed me out. I remember the cockroach scene because it freaked me the hell out because I'd never seen so many cockroaches in my freaking life, and it just makes you go, So yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to rewatching it again. Like I said, it's been 40 years, but the more y'all talk about it, the memories are coming back, and I'm starting to, So.
Well, it's what's great about it is like the same thing it made like Tales from the Crypt and all those comic books fun was like all the people in those EC comic stories like that. There weren't really any good people. You know what I mean? Like they were like they would get their scheme done, but like they got their just desserts. Like if you were a bad person, you were going to get it. Like even when Hal Holbrook and them get rid of his wife and they throw that thing over that rock quarry, you're like, oh, he's coming back. He ain't no way he's getting out, and he's going to get out. He's going to get out. And also like they said, like Adrienne Barbeau plays the biggest B word ever in this movie, but like Hal Holbrook and all of them are like, she's one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. So it was really a good acting job for her to do that because she's a super good person. And so I just like I mean, there were people like I mean, me and when he fantasized about shooting, me and Jeff were like applauding, like oh no, lure her down there, yeah, go. And also the scene where that guy opens up that box, I got a clip of that, and like the janitor and he like gets his arm. Why would you stick your arm in there anyway? I don't know. But also I like the whole comic book theme, like Fable you were talking about. And we got the person that reading the Creepshow comic, and just the stories are interesting, and it's like enough to like you can get on and like there are a lot of predecessors to this. We had after this the Tales from the Crypt show came out. You had Tales from the Dark Side. I don't know if you guys remember that, and also Tales from the Hood. Really, Tales from the Hood is kind of like this too.
Yep.
So you had like a bunch of anthology, and this one spawned like what 2 sequels. I think it had.
I know there's Creepshow 2.
There's a Creepshow 3.
Okay.
It's not half bad too. I mean, it doesn't have any of the flair of this one, for sure. But it's okay. It's an okay B movie, straight to DVD kind of thing. It's not. You won't regret watching it.
I think Fable nailed it when he said it's a movie that's a comic book. You know what I mean? When you said that, I was like, that was the perfect way to put it.
What's crazy for me is that when I saw this movie, I've never even read a comic book. So I didn't get that connection the way maybe older folks who probably saw this movie at the time were getting, like the people who did read EC comics and the horror comics. I didn't have that nostalgia or that connection at all. So I'm thinking this is just a cool way to make a movie, right? Like you're sliding the panels and you're showing these frames and these colors. And then now that I know the history of EC, and also knowing that Stephen King is behind the stories and stuff like that, then it's a whole new appreciation as an adult. Like, oh shit, man, you know what I mean? Like they were really big fans of horror comics back in the day, and that's awesome. I think it's great that they got to make this.
So the cockroach one was your favorite one, Fable?
Not at all.
No, okay. Which one was your favorite? Which vignette?
Favorite.
I mean, I would probably pick the Leslie Nielsen one, the Ted Danson and Leslie Nielsen one.
All right.
Yeah.
Just because I just love the color in that one, just all the colors they used, and Leslie Nielsen's performance, like, because I knew him from The Naked Gun, right? Like, I
Yeah.
didn't know much about Leslie Nielsen, so when I saw The Naked Gun, and I'm like, they're
And
picking
Airplane.
that freaking asshole from fucking Creepshow to be the funny guy in this movie, and of
Yeah.
course, I was like, oh no, he's fantastic no matter what he does. Like, he could
Yeah.
play a jerk and a freaking dumbass funny dude in Naked Gun. So no, man, that's probably my favorite one.
What about you, Tony? What was? I know it's been a minute, but what was your favorite?
If I had to really think about it, it would be The Crate.
The Crate.
Yeah.
What about you, Matt?
Yeah, that's my favorite one, I think. Yeah, definitely The Crate.
I'm torn between The Crate and the underwater one, the Frank Leslie Nielsen one. I can't
like
can't
The
pick
Crate,
between
but it's
those two.
close. It's close. I picked
Yeah.
The Crate, even though it's close between that one and the Something That Tied You Over.
But I love the Indian one too, though. Dang, I don't know.
The Indian one is part 2, though, I think.
Yeah, the Indian one's part 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Whether she's playing a beauty or a bitch, anytime I get to stare at Adrienne Barbeau, I mean,
yeah, I'm with you on that.
Can't complain.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
I might rewatch Swamp Thing tonight just because of her.
Yeah, but I love
seen that one.
the underwater one too, because it gives you a lot in such a little time, right?
Yeah.
Like, that this guy had an affair with this dude's wife. Homeboy is rich, and then I love the shots where they're showing his apartment, and it's like surveillance cameras. So like they play into that, and later then you see them creeping through the house, but not seeing it on the surveillance kind of thing, and it's just really cleverly done.
And we all love somebody evil getting their just desserts in the end, right?
Oh yeah, he
Can hold
thought
my
he had planned it
breath
out
a long time.
Yeah, and like his like crazy laugh, like when he's like trying to shoot him. I got some clips here. We'll play it a little bit, and I tried to get one from like each episode as far as I could, but and I didn't go overboard. Sometimes I'll have 30, but I quit doing that. So, but like, okay, so we all talk about our favorite segment, and Tony, I'll start with you. What's your favorite? Who gives the best acting performance in this movie? I'll start with you.
Yeah. Now, honestly, like I said, it's been 40 years, so I don't know if I could give you an honest answer. Trying to remember.
It's okay. Just the first thing that comes to your head, it don't matter, man.
The first thing that comes to my head is always going to be Adrienne Barbeau.
I knew he was going to say that.
Well, there you
I mean,
go.
come on, man.
Well, you can't
She did play a hell of a role.
Yeah, I
She
mean,
did.
I love the fact that
really.
Creepshow kind of maybe it did, maybe it didn't kind of inspire Steven to write Cat's Eye a few years later. So I mean, I'm gonna go with the Babe.
All right, Fable.
I'm torn. I think Leslie Nielsen definitely knocked it out of the park. I think he shows a wide range of emotion. You know what I mean? Like, he's a real big jerk, but also when he's getting the creatures are coming after him, he really scared and just maniacal and going crazy. And I think he just does a great job. But I also got to give a shout out to Stephen King. Not fucking bad for your first damn role. Like, he played that idiot really well. Just a simple, bumpkin, and he did the imaginary thing too, where he was thinking about going to the doctor for his finger, and then he thought about the doctor cutting off his fingers.
Yeah.
And then when he wanted to get in the water because his body was itching so freaking bad, and his father, like, he imagines his father, he's like, if you go in that water, you might as well sign your death warrant. He's like, so I like Stephen King a lot, but I'll probably say Leslie Nielsen, 100%.
Okay. And Jeff.
I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the dark horse here. I'm gonna go with Hal Holbrook playing the browbeaten husband. You know,
Oh, he does good. And Hal
he did
Holbrook's
it. He
a
did
great
a good
actor.
job at
Yeah.
that. He did a
Hal
good
Holbrook
job.
was a great actor too, so they can't go
Yeah.
wrong with Hal.
So I'm going with. It was between him and Leslie Nielsen for me, but I'm
I
gonna
was
go with
leaning,
Hal.
I'm leaning towards both of those guys, but I like. Is it E.G. Marshall?
Yep.
And the last one, like there, with the roaches. I
Yep.
just thought he was great as this like cranky old man, like rich guy that thinks he can just push people around. And like the one thing I like about all these, it's like, well, it's not just him, but like Leslie Nielsen, Adrian Barbeau. There's always somebody, and I think George Romero and Stephen King did it on purpose. On most of them, except for the Stephen King one, you feel sorry for him, for Jordy, but like the rest of them are just like, well, they kind of had it coming. You know, I mean, you don't really feel that bad. Well, now there was the other one too, like the we're kind of passing by, which is one of the most interesting ones, is the one with the Father's Day.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, that's got some pretty good stuff in it too. Like that old guy. Where's my was it Barbarian Kung Fu was talking about it? I want my cake. I want
my cake.
Where's my cake, Bedelia?
Over. Like, oh my
it's
God.
Father's Day, you bitch.
So that was good. That was good. But yeah, I guess like I said, I'm just gonna go E.J. Marshall just to pick somebody, you know, different for everybody out. Because everybody took somebody. So I just like I think he's supposed to be kind of like a Howard Hughes type character. You know what I mean? Like real super rich guy that's like, yeah, my friends, my birthday cake. My birthday cake. And we'll take a moment out of like going around and we'll play some video clips. I only got about 6, so and I got some interesting ones. Like at the intro, you got the guy takes his stepdad's being a real jerk and it's stuff you're reading. This is stupid comic books, so we'll play that. And I love the special effects of that crypt keeper type guy. That was just so great outside the window. And and I had to do this because Ed Harris's dancing is so bad. I had to download 2 clips. Got this.
I think it's playing for Matt, but none of us.
Yeah, it's not playing on our end.
It didn't play?
No.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, it played that time.
Yeah.
She wasn't much better.
I don't know what this scene is, but we'll play it.
We want to see you, Richard. We want to see you. We want to see you, Richard.
We want to see you, Richard. We want to see you. They got the water in their mouth, like that's so creepy. They got seaweed all over them. And then we got this is the one where the woman is visiting the grave on Father's Day in the Father's Day episode. And I love this part. Scared me to death as a kid, guys.
The peaceful
Oh, imagine just like I didn't like going to the graveyard after that, like to go, for a Memorial Day. And I don't know if I got clips from everything, but I think we got one for Jordy. The sad ending of Jordy on here. I don't know if this is the one or I don't know what one this is from. They're not in any order, so we'll just play them. I only got a few. And I like so it's just like progressively gets worse. Like it just gets more and more green. And then this is from the Creepy Crawly one, I call it. I'm not getting the titles wrong, but
I'm stuck in the damn elevator.
You can't be stuck in the elevator. I want you up here right now. There's bugs, roaches.
I'm gonna be here till the power comes on. Sorry.
You got a creep fable out.
And, I had the crate. The episode with the crate is so good. I had to do 2 clips for that. We'll play those and we'll get back to talking about it.
Shiny. Looks like a couple of emeralds.
Dude, did you see those eyes?
You see those eyes? Why would you stick your hand in those eyes?
No. I'd be like,
there's no way. And of course, probably, yeah, I know. And this is what I call the most satisfying moment in the entire film anthology.
God, if you ever touch
dude, that thing had some teeth.
Yum.
I know, it's scary. And we got one more. It's like a 4-second clip. I don't know what this is from, but we're just going to play it.
Turn that down and turn it down.
More dancing.
That
More
other
dancing.
kid,
I don't know. It was so bad. I had to.
that other kid got it worse than
What?
Adrian Barbeau, though. Remember the young guy, the first guy?
Oh, yeah.
With the flashlight and shit. He
Yep.
like ripped his whole entire neck, and then he slashed his face, and his fucking eyeball was hanging down.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a good point to go to now. The gore factor. I'm glad you brought that up. So we'll start with Fable. So we started with Jeff once. We started with Tony first. I'll start with you this time.
I mean, it's not
Like 1 to
terribly
5.
gory. It's
Yeah,
not terribly gory. That part I just described is probably some of the goriest shit, but you do see a head turn, right? The Father's Day, he turns that chick's neck all the way around. That was kind of crazy. When he shoots the seaweed monsters, that looked kind of gnarly too, because all the it wasn't blood that was coming out, it was like water
It was like
or some
ooze
shit.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it was some green gooey shit that came out. The crate stuff was really good. And of course the end, the roach popping out of the corpse, that was kind of freaking out of insane. So I'm gonna give this a 3 out of 5. I think it's not trying to be super gory, but when it calls for it, it looks really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. About a 3 is what I would probably give it to. And Tony, what do you think?
Well, I completely agree with everything Fable said. When you're a kid, the gore could be a 2, but if it works, it works. It scares the crap out of you. The roach thing and everything. But I'll give it overall 3 as well because it still works. I mean, it still looks good even now. I mean,
yeah. And like the practical, we'll get to that later. The effects, but Jeff, what do you think of the gore? Was it 1 to 5?
I don't think this movie was really built on special effects gore so much, but it had some great scenes, short little scenes of it. And I like you guys, I'm right around the 3, but I'm gonna give it a 3.5, just because of the crate one where Fable described the first dude getting his face slashed, his neck tore up, and his eyeball popping out. That bumps up to a 3.5 for me.
Oh yeah. I'll give it a 3 as well. It was enough for this movie. You know what I mean? It wasn't like you didn't need a lot of bloody, like, because what they do show is pretty rough, like especially like a guy getting his eye popped out. And next thing I will go to is just like the special effects. Then I'll start off, and then we'll just go to Jeff. I thought the practical effects were pretty good. Like, you got Tom Savini and George Romero doing the same movie together. They've worked together before, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead. So, and he, Tom Savini, of course, famously Friday the 13th Part 1. and several other movies we could get into, and he actually, and just really like we were talking about, I was talking about the ghostly figure outside the kid's bedroom. That's just amazing to me. And I still think it's good to this day. Then you have the monster. The monster comes out of the crate. Pretty scary monster. I mean, pretty good. And then also the amazing work of that guy crawling out. His Father's Day, him crawling out of the grave, man, just gets me every time. And I think Michael Jackson might have borrowed that for his Thriller video a little bit. And also, like, some of the death scenes. Can we get into that? Like, poor old Ed Harris, he gets that headstone dropped right on his face. That had to hurt. And then when the Father's Day, when they're flashing back to her killing her father with that was pretty brutal, getting hit with that bookend or whatever she hit him with. And that was pretty hardcore.
Marble ashtray.
Yeah, marble ashtray. And then, like, even though it was a dream sequence, Adrienne Barbeau getting shot right in the face was crazy. What I like about that was you don't really know it's like a fantasy at the time, but like then he's like, and then when they started applauding, you're like, oh, wait a minute, this is not real, because there was no way everybody would be applauding if you just shot somebody out in the face.
They might.
I don't know of her. They might have. She's just a horrible, horrible, horrible person. I felt so. You know what? I was the only one I felt really sorry for Hal Holbrook, the whole movie, because of her. But no wonder he was ready to kill her. I mean,
dude, his facial expressions, he pulled off the browbeaten husband perfect. He was just like, she's berating him in front of people. He's just like,
it kind of reminded me of another movie. This was from the 90s, though. You remember William H. Macy and Boogie Nights? And his wife was Nina Hartley. And she's like having sex with that guy right in the middle of the party. She's like, come on, Ed, you're embarrassing the hell out of me. I'm like, what? And then he kind of goes crazy too, maybe a little crazier than Hal did. He didn't have a monster in a crate, but he did have a 38 special. So
I like how she's like, just call me Billy. Everybody calls me Billy. And then at the end, when the monster's eating her, he's like, tell him to call you Billy. Just tell him to call you Billy. That was hilarious.
That's what's great about this movie. There's just so much, like, you could tell they kind of had, like, I watched the making of this movie, like a documentary on Shudder Network about this. And, like, when they talk about it, they had so much fun to talk about Leslie Nielsen was such a practical joker.
I bet.
And like he always had this thing. Adrienne Barbeau said he had this thing about this thing would make like fart noises. So every time
he's always farting.
Yeah, he did it on Conan O'Brien one night. He showed him that, and like Ted Danson said, I didn't think of him that way because he said people don't realize before he did Airplane and Naked Gun, he was like a serious Hollywood actor. He was in movies like Forbidden Planet.
Yeah.
And like he was a serious, I mean, it was kind of a silly movie, but still it was serious for back then. But like, so it looks like they had a lot of fun, and they put all these jokes in it. And like, actually, they said Stephen King was really nervous about doing it, like, because he'd never been an actor in a movie. And actually, I mean, that's pretty good for never acting.
Yeah, I think he did great. Really. Meteor shit. I love that one.
And like, I'll start with me and then we'll go around the horn, and I'll start with Jeff after me. So let's talk about the overall themes of this movie. I think the only theme we need to think about is you do bad shit's going to happen to you. And that's what this movie's about. It's about karma. Karma's a bitch. Yeah. And what do you think, Jeff?
Yeah, I agree. It's the karma theme is there. And as far as the effects, I don't know if this movie is really known for the effects, but if we're coming from a perspective of 1982 and how they used, they didn't go overboard with them, and they just used them when they needed them. I'm gonna go 4.5 out of 5 for use of effects because they did it good, man. They did it real good. And
I have to apologize, guys, because I'm still getting over it. I had this fable. I don't know if you know this, but I had this reaction to. Well, you might have read the chat the other night. I had this. They gave me this new medication, And I had this reaction. I was in bed from 3 o'clock till 6 o'clock this morning yesterday.
Oh wow!
And
Knocked
so
you out.
I didn't mean to skip on the special effects thing.
Yeah.
So Jeff, continue. If you're not done, I'm sorry. I just
No,
want
I just wrapped it into two. Like overall, yeah, I agree. Definitely, it's the theme is the comeuppance. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just
and
we'll throw them both in together in the same thing
Yeah.
when we go around. That's what I was saying.
And for me, the it's 1982. It's not 2025. You know, but for 1982 and the use of the effects when they were needed, as 4 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5 for me.
All right, Fable. Just throw both what we were talking about, both subjects together, because I forgot to go around on the special part.
I mean, great effects, like I said, and it's not just the practical effects, it's not just the gore and all that stuff. Like I said, it's the lighting. I mean, and some of the clips that you played, you saw when he opened the crate, a red light just turns on, and the whole scene is fucking red. Or when they're shocked, or when the seaweed people come, everything turns green, and he's doing this constantly. Even when I forgot you said the guy's name, the browbeaten husband, when he's at the party, it's orange, like they're shining an orange light on him, and there's really no filmmaker at that time that I think was thinking of doing stuff like that. But it adds such a cool layer that's subconscious, right? Like you're not really noticing it when you're watching the movie, but when you're older and you know these technical stuff, you see it and you're like, wow, that's an original use of and color, right? Like in a horror movie. Think about it. Like you're not trying to go bright red, bright green, bright blue, or whatever it is. You're always trying to go dark, gritty, shadows, stuff like that. So I thought it was just super unique. So I'd give it a 4.5 on that level alone. Yeah, I think it's remarkable, and I think its style still carries over to today. It holds up, right? Like because there's still movies that don't do that, that put that shocked effect, and you know what I mean. And then we even skipped over the animation. There's animation in this movie that kind of ties things together with the book flipping around and the ghost or whatever. So yeah, no, it's a real stylistic movie that holds the test of time.
Yeah, I totally agree on everything you said. Also, I want to throw in there that it says here that he says in the final scene segment for Creeping Up on You, and the room is almost filled with cockroaches. Many of the apparent insects were actually nuts and raisins. That's what Tom Savini said. They didn't have enough, bugs, but so they just piled, I guess, them on top of the nuts and raisins.
You know what's cool about that part too? I just finished talking about all the colors, right? Every scene has some sort of color theme to it, but then when you get to that one, everything's white, right?
Yeah,
everything
just
is
sterile.
white.
Sterile.
Yeah, and there's really none of the color going on, but the color comes from the roaches.
Yep.
They blacken everything, which is pretty awesome too. Like that was like a flip on what he was doing. What Romero was doing with the other little bits. This one, he just went stark white. You know what I mean? It's pretty cool, man.
And if you've ever lived in an apartment building, when you see one, you're like, oh my God, that means there's like 100 more. You know what I mean? Like
where you see one, there's more.
And like it's the whole thought of that, just like at night, because I've lived in some pretty shitty places before in my life, you know what I mean? And I just, you could just imagine just crawling all over the place with the lights off. You turn the lights on, they just, I don't think anybody that could get through that scene without being like squeamish,
And was that supposed to be like the near future or something like that? Did you guys get the sense of that? Because he had a high tech gear in that one. He had
he did.
Flushing garbage thing,
like the vacuum sucker thing.
Yeah, that might have been like kind of his George Romero's like comment on like people getting too many, in the future get too many gadgets, which is true now. We're just like always on our phone or somebody's on a device or something, like I don't know. It seems
Yeah,
kind
because
of
I've never seen a peak hole like that where, like, remember the guy was talking, was like, "Hey, Mister Whatever," and his mouth is all big in the peak hole.
Yeah. You might be right. You might be right on that. All right, Tony, what do you think about special effects and like everything
y'all,
we just threw together?
y'all pretty much said everything. I mean, from the lighting to the animation and everything. I love the way they made the creep. The guy that's the character that's been sitting outside the window. I love the creep. I mean, think about it. Anytime you get a chance to see a movie with George Romero doing the directing and Tom Savini doing the special effects, it's going to be a good day. I mean, you put those two together and you get magic. That's just plain and simple.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, and it's a movie that stands the test of time because we've seen anthology films try and fail, but I mean, they hit it right. I mean, I love all the stories. Stephen King did a good job. I love Steve. I kept saying he made a cameo. I was like, no, he was in the damn that whole part. So yeah. So I mean, and for somebody that didn't know how to act and was nervous, he did a pretty damn good job. So I mean,
Yeah.
so I'll give it a 4. I'm like I said, by basing this on memories coming back, watching the clips and everything, I gotta watch these damn movies again.
I got to check out Creepshow 3.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a 3.
Well, I'll give you some bad news about that because I just was looking at that. It said that Creepshow 3 features no involvement from Stephen King or George A. Romero or anyone else involved in the production of the first 2 films. It was finished in 2007 direct-to-video and had mostly negative reviews. And then there was a series. Anyway. There was a web series based on the original film. And they had a pilot episode called Creepshow Raw. That was July 30th, 2008, and it was directed by Wilmer Valderrama from that 70s show.
Wow.
Bez.
And then there was another Creepshow series in 2018 on the Shudder Network, directed by Greg Nicotero. I think I said his name right. Nicotero. Yep. Each episode of the series consisted of 2 stories, and it was announced on July 2019 that one of the segments for the pilot episode will be based on Stephen King's short story Survival Type from the 85 collection Skeleton Crew.
Yep.
So, that's been a while ago. I guess somebody didn't update it. And it says in 2019, Universal Destinations Experience announced the Creepshow will be coming to Halloween Horror Nights exclusively at Universal Studios theme park. And it was going to be, they're going to have a maze based on 3 segments from the 1982 film. So, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll just give our rating because, I don't know, we've talked pretty good about this movie. I think we had a good discussion. And I'll go ahead and, Tony, I'll let you start. You kind of already did, but like.
Yeah, I already gave my rating.
All right. Well, you recommend it. I recommend it. Fable, what do you think? I know, I'm sure you're going to give it a good rating.
I'm going to give it a perfect 5, dude. This is one of those classic, iconic anthology horrors. Like Tony said, you get Tom Savini, you get freaking Stephen King, and you get the king of zombies, George A. Romero, all in one pot. And then you add Adrienne Barbeau, and you add Tom Atkins, and you add Leslie Nielsen, and all these classic great actors. And dude, how could you not? This thing has stood the test of time, like Tony said. So many other anthology horrors that pretty good. So a lot of them pretty good, but none maybe as memorable as this one. And for 1982, like Jeff said, you take it back to that time, you're thinking, wow, this is pretty fucking creative for 82. Classic 5.
All right, Jeff.
Yeah, almost just a mirror reflection coming from the perspective of 1982. I can still remember me being a kid watching it I watched the VHS one for my first experience with the movie, so I got to see all of it. I really didn't, honestly, I didn't even think about the animation side of it and the coloring stuff that Fable was talking about. And man, that makes me even think it's even like the execution of this movie.
Yeah.
The acting, all of it together. I gotta go 5. I gotta go 5.
I agree. I got to go 5 out of 5. It's like you picked up an EC comic and it came to life.
Yeah. Yep.
And like the acting, like Fable was talking about, you got Hal Holbrook, Leslie Nielsen, Adrian Barbeau, E.G. Marshall, Stephen King. Even if he never acted before, as far as I know, this was the first time he ever acted. And all the other players, even like you got I can't remember his name. What's the guy that plays the stepdad's name?
Tom Atkins.
Tom Atkins.
Yeah.
And you got the dude from Reanimator. The dude from Reanimator.
I know. I just can't remember his name
the other
sometimes.
guy's friend, yeah.
And but just like even Ted Danson in one of his early movies here before he was ever on Cheers.
Yeah.
Like and it's kind of like a departure for us because we grew up with, like Fable said earlier, like with Leslie Nielsen. Yeah, we grew up watching him in like Airplane. Surely You Can't Be Serious, and like Naked Gun. And then he did this movie. So like,
Airplane's so
and
great.
The other major thing about him being such a great actor is he was completely deaf.
I didn't know that.
He had to lip read. Yeah, he was almost completely deaf.
I was 8 years old when I learned that.
I think he can hear slightly. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's maybe let me back
Bravo.
up my interview. I could be wrong.
That's wild. I didn't know that.
I could be thinking of somebody else.
See, you say that, and I'm thinking about that.
Up.
No, go ahead, Matt.
Nothing. I was just talking out loud.
No, you go ahead.
Personal life. Okay, let's see. It doesn't say here, but I thought he was deaf. Yeah, right here. He enlisted in the Royal Canadian Air Force at the age of 17. Though he was legally deaf, he wore hearing aids most of his life. So yeah, he was legally deaf. He was not completely deaf, but legally deaf. He had to wear hearing aids. So
wow.
Hey, Middle Elf. So, and like to be that good actor and have that disability is pretty awesome. I didn't know he was Canadian either until it said he was in the Canadian Air Force. He went to school, Victoria School of the Arts at Edmonton, Ontario.
Wow.
So, or was he? Hold on. Yeah, he was born in Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. I did not know that either.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty cool.
There you go. He was Canadian. Yeah, but they're like 5 of 5 because what this movie is, I know it's like, oh, well, Rotten Tomatoes says this or blah, blah, blah. I'm just going on feel from being a kid and rewatching this. And like, it's fun. It's not like, you have movies like Terrifier or Saw or something that's just plain scary. There's nothing funny about it. But this has got like the little tongue-in-cheek kind of thing to it. And I love it. I love everything about it. And it's got a lot of camp to it. Yep. And it's got that EC comic feel to it. You can't go wrong. You could tell that they really loved EC Comics when they did this. And I love it. So that's all I got to say about that. And
how cool is that? How cool is that we're in this community and I don't know how familiar you guys were with EC Comics or horror comics. I know I certainly was, and that was before my time. But I've learned, so many cool artists and people that were involved in that stuff. And it makes me want to like pick them up, but they're like super expensive. It's hard to get them or whatever it is. It gives this movie a whole nother appreciation when you know the history of all that stuff,
Yeah. Even the reprints are kind of hard to get a hold of now.
Yeah.
Hey, Roscoe. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, when I
always good to see Roscoe.
Started getting into the horror stuff, comic books, that's when I fell completely in love with Bernie Wrightson.
There you go, yeah.
I've been on a Bernie Wrightson kick for the past year and a half, 2 years of my life. And I'm
Well, it's funny
wanting
you
to
mentioned
get some original art, but I just ain't got the pocketbook for it.
Mhm.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that. They made a comic book after this movie came out, and Bernie Wrightson did the art for it.
Hell
Mhm.
yeah.
I
Hell
had
yeah.
that comic book. I don't know when I got it, but I remember having that. They reprinted it several times over the years.
We got Steve White in the audience too.
What's up, Steve?
Well, I'm going to tell everybody we got what I got coming up in a couple of days. We have I have my Sunday show. I hope some of you guys on the panel can, if you can stop by there at 6 o'clock. Be like new
I'll be
comic day
there.
previews and all that. And next week is Thanksgiving, so for Bad Cinema on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be reviewing Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be reviewing the classic Planes, Trains, and Automobiles starring John Candy and Steve Martin. He goes, I feel like I'm sleeping between two pillows. He goes, those aren't two pillows. And Tony, next week, next Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern, if you guys want to come back, Fable, Jeff, I hope you're there too.
Yeah, man.
Tony, I'm going to let you tell the good people what movie we're going to be reviewing for Friday Night Frights next week on your channel.
All right, next Friday for Friday Night Frights, and I would love for Fable to be on there, because and Jeff as well, because we are going to review what I consider to be one of the greatest independent horror films in the 80s, and I'm talking about The Evil Dead.
Oh.
You know, a modest film that had a $300,000 budget that started a damn cult phenomenon and launched the career of Bruce Campbell,
swallow your soul,
and Sam Raimi. I mean, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get it all into the boomsticks, the chainsaws, the whole 9 yards.
Can't wait for that.
Yep.
And it's like to do it on the budget they did it for, like that one part where they pencil goes, and that guy's. We'll talk about it next week. Yeah, but yeah, that was pretty hard.
That's the first horror movie I ever saw was Evil Dead.
But
and that shit turned me out, bro. It was
hell yeah.
You know, it was video store rental horror section right away. Phew, straight to the horror section.
You were hooked from that point, right? They got you. You got hooked to a good one.
Fish on.
And
go
ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean. All I was going to say is I'm going to spend the weekend. Besides going to my in-laws on Monday for Thanksgiving, I'm going to spend the weekend filming my Kiss video, where I'm going to rank all 20 Kiss studio albums.
Whoa!
Nice.
All right. And Fable, we can catch you. I know you're going to be on Pop Culture Philosophers here in the coming months, and on your channel. Tell us some stuff going on, man.
Well, coming Monday, we're wrapping up our Lord of the Rings trilogy. The last 2 Mondays we've done the Fellowship of the Ring and the Two Towers. So now we're doing Return of the King this Monday. Phenomenal freaking trilogy, man. That's all I can say about those movies. Just fucking phenomenal.
Jackson.
Yeah, just incredible shit that they were doing with those films. And yeah, man, next year we're planning on launching, we do a thing called Horror Fest every year. We do something called Action Fest every year. We've got something called March Madness. March Madness, we watch like movies with crazy fucking people are usually the main characters or whatever. But we're going to be launching Sci-Fi Fest next year. Yeah. And, we're going to have a couple of these gentlemen on the panel hanging out with us for that. So, stay tuned. I got 4 cool-ass sci-fi movies that I think everybody's going to enjoy. That's coming in February.
And you know me, I signed up for when I saw Starship Troopers. I said, "Yep, yep, that's me." And then 2001: A Space Odyssey. I think we're going to be on that one together. And and then there was
Starship Troopers, man.
Love it, right?
And,
so good.
One of my favorite all-time alien movies or spaceship, UFO type movie, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. So when I saw that one, I told Robbie, I was like, Robbie, I got to be on that one because it's one of my favorite all-time like Steven Spielberg movies. You know, and like it's a hell of a follow-up visit to Jaws. He does Jaws, and then he comes out with that movie, which is amazing.
Yeah.
What was it about that I don't know, that period of like 79 to 86, 87 where just some banger movies came out.
It was
I mean, just
sweet
incredible
spot, right? You know what I mean?
across the board, sci-fi, freaking action. I mean,
and like if you
I
like
don't know,
the
something was
UFO
in the
conspiracy
water.
stuff, like me, then Close Encounters of the Third Kind, like that opens up where they find the missing squadron of World War II planes that got lost in the Bermuda Triangle in the middle of the Mexico desert. So it's just like, it just starts out like you're like, whoa, what's going on here? And like especially when they go in there and the plane starts right up like it's brand new, like it just showed up. So I mean,
just a fucking crop of directors.
And I'm honored that Robbie let me be on there.
Just a crop of filmmakers that were just on the cutting edge of storytelling. You know, George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, Robert Zemeckis, Wes Craven.
Yeah.
And
just like the technology that was available to them is not near what's available today.
Yeah.
But those movies, I think, hold up better than like the lion's share of a lot of today's stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you said it. You said it,
more
dude.
powerful.
You said it. The technology.
I mean, there must be something.
The technology leapt forward, and then you got these young guys that these are their new toys to play with.
Yeah,
so,
they lean too hard on it.
And it seems like in the 70s there was just something in the water. You had like Roman Polanski, Francis Ford Coppola, Martin Scorsese, George Lucas, Steven Spielberg. You know, I could even say Toby Hooper because Toby Hooper come out probably on the John Carpenter,
Oliver Stone,
Wes Craven, all these guys. It's just amazing.
And James Cameron,
John Milius. Yeah, James Cameron, John Milius, and most of them got their start with somebody, a little guy named Roger Corman. Remember?
Corman.
A lot of them, a lot of them started like people like Corman. So, you know what? Don't turn down the shitty jobs. You never know. James Cameron started. Was it Piranha 2: The Spawning or something? Was his first movie?
Yeah.
He directed or something like that.
Hollywood is a weird place.
Like, guys, I really appreciate you showing up. Yeah.
Sorry,
I really appreciate y'all showing up. I know it's late. We had to kind of like put the show back to 10. But it's always a pleasure to be on any panel with you three gentlemen. I just want to say that, you know, and that's what's the beauty of this community is just like I meet people from all over the country, you know, man. I don't know. I always get all mushy, but I really do love being on YouTube, man. You know, like, and the positive always outweighs the negative, you know. So you can ignore the noise, you know what I mean? You don't have to, you can filter that out. That's why we have timeout buttons and block buttons, I guess. But
it's fun to connect with people.
You know what I mean?
It's fun to connect with people that love the same stuff that you love, the same way you love it.
Yeah. And I don't know that like my channel's called Heroes for Our Comic Club, but now I have like 3 shows about movies. So I don't know. I don't know, but you know what? Who cares? You know what? There's no rules on YouTube. I don't have
no sticky batches.
What to do? Yeah, we don't need any I don't need any that kind of noise going on. So they can have all these corporate conglomerates. Yeah, you can have all these corporate conglomerates buying everything, but we can still do what we want on YouTube for the most part. You know, within reason. Within reason. You know, I don't know if we get shadow banned. I've probably already been shadow banned, but that's all right. Thank you guys for being on the show. And remember, beware of all those things that go bump in the night. Don't go outside investigating those noises because you don't know what could be out there. And definitely don't do what Stephen King did. Don't go out there and crack open a meteor because you don't want that. You don't want that smoke. No. All right.
Meteor shit.
Meteor shit.
See y'all later.
Come, son of Jarrell! Kneel before Zod! Snitchy boochies.